Hey guys, what is going on? I go by the name of Peteonthebeat. I would like to welcome you to another Q&A video on my YouTube channel. So in this video I would like to answer a specific question, and without further ado I would like to show you the actual comment with the question itself. So bam! The question comes from Valor for Freedom, so shoutouts to him, and here's the actual question. Like the massive bass and scratching intro beat, the information in this video is uncommon. So let's make an example for me. I wake up at 5 AM, for example. This is 5 AM, I guess. 3 to 4 hours earlier than most people. And in that time, I accomplish the best things for my business. Or I go to bed later and accomplish awesome things in that time, because it seems that you got the special work done in these hours. I also wrote an article about that topic, but I do not want to get people away from your YouTube. So if you're interested in that article, just write me. So without further ado, I would like to thank you for stopping on my page and giving me this comment. It is a great comment. I'm extremely happy to know that you like the intro. The intro is actually a whole track. This is a whole track. It's called Peteonthebeat, the Vitruvian Man. You can check that out. It is part of the Magic Dice album. It's entirely done by me, and yeah, I'm extremely happy to know that you like the intro with the scratching and the massive 808s and whatnot. So as long as for the sleep, this is a great question, and I would like to also point out that I'm extremely excited to answer this question, because sleeping less, like hacking my sleep, the 1 meal a day, all of those things are actually the things that allow me to do everything I do, and actually allow me to be able to learn everything on my own, truth to be told. So without further ado, I would like to answer the question, and then I'm gonna give you some additional explications in order to help you understand better how the things that I do work. So for me, it's all about the morning hours. Typically what I prefer to do is to have my 1 meal a day. If you're familiar with this YouTube channel, then you're probably already familiar with the fact that I eat only once per day, like literally only once. I do not consume any types of calories. I do 2 fasted workouts throughout the whole day. I work on stuff throughout the whole day. Nowadays I also do a cardio session, because recently I actually figured out that loading my body with oxygen is extremely beneficial when it comes to sleeping less. And back in the day was mostly 5.5 to 6 hours per night, especially as long as for the winter, because during the summer I can do extremely well on 5 hours, 5.5. This was the typical thing. But nowadays, during winter time, it actually varies between 5.5 to 5 hours per night. So what I prefer to do is to have my 1 meal, I eat my 1 meal, and then I go straight to the bed. I mean, I clean my teeth, I probably will write something in my journal for this day, and then I go straight to the bed. This is what I do. Then I sleep for 5.5 hours, and then when I wake up, I am fasted, but I got all of these fresh calories in my bloodstream, and then I start to do stuff throughout the whole day. This is exactly what I do. This is what works for me. It took me like 2.5 to 3 years to reach that point. Another detail that I would like to point out is the diet that I use. Definitely the diet is something extremely important when it comes to reducing the quantity of your sleep. There are foods that allow me to do this, and there are of course foods that sabotage the idea of sleeping less for me. They do not allow me to recover from my workouts and whatnot. So I have a specific diet that I follow and a specific eating pattern. The eating pattern, as you probably already know, is the 1 meal a day plan. It's not a warrior diet, it's literally 1 meal a day. Not 1 serving, but 1 meal, like 1 giant meal. I eat for around an hour every day. Most of the time I stay in ketosis. If you're familiar with the state of ketosis, most of the time I stay in the state of ketosis, and basically this is what I do. You on your side have to really figure out what are the things that will allow you to do this. This is actually the whole sleep hacking thing, if I can put it like this. One thing that I would like to recommend you is to always, like literally every night, this is what I do every night, I track my sleep, and if there are needed adjustments, as long as for my diet, I'll definitely do adjustments. I always pay attention to the REM sleep and to the delta sleep, because once in a while I'm not able to get REM sleep, and if that happens 2 to 3 nights in a row, I'll definitely introduce some safe starches, because the REM sleep is extremely important. This is actually the stage where your body recovers, so pay attention to this one. As long as for the magical hours, yes, I do believe those are the magical hours, and I always dedicate those magical hours on my weakest area. So for example, if Currently, I feel that writing is my weakest area from everything I do. I'll definitely dedicate those 2 to 3 hours on writing or on editing videos or, for example, composing music. It really doesn't matter, but I always make sure that I'm extremely excited about the thing that I do. It really doesn't matter what is the thing. The most important thing is the excitement that I got from this particular thing. You on your side have to really determine if you are an night owl or an early bird. Me personally, I'm kind of both because I wake up around 3:50. So it is morning, but it's also still night. So those are my extra hours. If you prefer to stay up late, definitely go for it. If you believe you're gonna be able to reach peak levels of performance as a night owl, I definitely recommend you go for it. For me to be a night owl does not make any sense, and the reason for this is because I always prefer to have my meal and go to the bed, and then on the next day when I'm like extremely fresh, I feel I'm able to work on stuff a lot more effectively. Like, I do believe I'm able to focus a lot more throughout the morning hours. Another detail that I would like to point out is the fact that this became extremely essential for me because everything that I do, all the protocols that I follow, I'm not gonna get too deep in the details and that kind of stuff. I would like to point out that nowadays I definitely have like multiple alarms. I actually wake up a lot before the alarms. Basically, it is so natural for me. I've reached that point of adaptation. And the last thing that I would like to say in this video is the fact that all of those things like the 1 meal a day plan, the ketogenic diet, the sleep reducing protocols and all that, when you use all of those things, not because of some type of a weird religious purposes, but to basically improve the quality of your life and improve the levels of your performance throughout the day. Everything is extremely personal. There is really no blueprint on how to do things. As you probably already know, there are plenty of people who use the polyphasic sleep protocols. Me personally, I've tried the everyman, but it's not sustainable for me. Once in a while, I incorporate NASA power nap if that is needed, but for the most part, I prefer to not sleep polyphasically. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, this is basically everything I wanted to say. I hope I answered your question. Again, I would like to thank you for the question and for the comment on my music. It was my pleasure to answer this question. Besides these guys, feel free to ask me all types of stuff. Feel free to give me comments. It is not a necessity to always ask me stuff that is related to the 1 meal a day plan, to intermittent fasting or to the fitness. Feel free to ask me all types of stuff. Besides this, you can also follow me on Instagram. That is instagram.com/Peteonthebeat. You can also check some articles, music videos entirely done by me on my website, that is Peteonthebeat.com. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content, and yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up for now. I would like to thank you for watching this video. Please stay tuned for more. Have a nice one. Good luck with hacking your sleep and never stop flexing. Peace.